President Trump has made several big moves today that has the Biden crime family pooping their pants, the Obamas and the Clintons being dragged out of the dark back into the light. So many big things going on. I look forward to going through the news. Let's go ahead and jump right in. Earlier today, President Donald J. Trump ordered the immediate declassification of all FBI files related to Crossfire Hurricane, the controversial investigation into alleged Russian collusion with his 2016 campaign. This move has reignited debates about the probe's origin, with Trump and his allies claiming it will expose a conspiracy led by Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama. The John Durham report that we all thought was going to be the nail in the coffin pretty much got looked over by the mainstream media. Well, that's being brought back into the light as well. In the 2023 report, it found that in August of 2016, CIA Director John Brennan briefed President Barack Obama and Vice President Joe Biden on intelligence suggesting that Hillary Clinton approved a plan to link Donald Trump to Russia in a scheme to distract people from her email scandal. So this is conspiracy to commit a crime, which can sometimes carry higher penalties than a crime. Now, Trump asserts these documents could reveal treasonous acts against him as president. Critics argue the declassification is politically motivated and beneath Donald Trump, while Trump supporters say this is long overdue reckoning. The release promises to fuel intense scrutiny over the FBI, Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, and CIA Director John Brennan. Now, my guess is this is going to make more Democrats angry at President Trump. He doesn't seem to care. He wants their sins exposed. They put him and his family through hell. They put the United States of America through rough times. But let me know what you think. All I care about is what you think. Is this a good idea or a bad idea? I think it's a good idea. Okay, other big news. President Trump signed an executive order to make elections more secure. It says you'll need a government ID proving you're a U.S. citizen in order to register to vote. States have to follow these rules to get federal election money. The order also updates voting machine standards. Every vote needs a paper record that you can check. No more barcodes, no more QR codes. The attorney generals will work with states to spot fraud and lawbreaking. If states count ballots that arrive after Election Day, there will be consequences for election workers. Plus, it cancels a Biden order that had federal agencies pushing voter turnout in a way that definitively favored Democrats. President Trump isn't trying to stack things in the favor of Republicans. He just wants free and fair elections. Democrats want rigged elections in their favor. So this is all about tightening up the process and keeping everything super clear and official. Again, let me know in the comments, is this a good idea or a bad idea? I think it's a great idea. Okay, Trump's pick for Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth, has stepped in it. Senator Mark Warner, the top Democrat on the Senate Intelligence Committee, took aim at Pete Hegseth and Mike Walls today after they accidentally put a Politico journalist in a Signal group chat where they were going back and forth about the president's agenda and whether to defend Europe and whether to launch an attack on the Houthis for interrupting commerce in the Red Sea. Now, the Politico journalist that was accidentally put in the room never informed top White House officials he was there. Instead, he sat quiet, taking screenshots in an attempt to humiliate Donald Trump and his administration. This is the same journalist that started the rumor that Trump called World War II soldiers that died suckers and losers. Again, that's been proven false so many times. Okay, now this Senator Warner said, there's plenty of declassified information that shows that our adversaries, China and Russia, are trying to break into encrypted systems. If this was a case of military officer or an intelligence officer, and we had this kind of behavior, they would be fired. This is one more example of the kind of sloppy, careless, incompetent behavior, particularly towards classified information. That this is not a one-off or a one-time error. Classified information should never be discussed over an unclassified system. Now, this is him taking a shot at President Trump for having classified documents at Mar-a-Lago. Notice he doesn't bring up Biden stealing classified documents for a book deal. So I understand what he's saying, and I agree. We do need to keep classified information. This was a mistake, right? Now, Warner went on to say, when the stakes are this high, incompetence is not an option. Pete Hegseth should resign. Mike Walls should resign. I disagree with that. You cannot expect your government to be perfect, but you can expect them to learn from their mistakes and do their best. Even under Biden, they made a lot of mistakes, but again, there's so many moving parts in government. Now, all of this is theater because Charlie Kirk was able to show that Senator Mark Warner in 2018 put on quite a performance, even though he was caught red-handed using Signal himself when he was talking about Russian oligarchs, Vladimir Putin. An extensive Fox News investigation at the time revealed that he didn't want to leave a paper trail, so he used Signal. So it's all just theater. This Mark Warner, he's just calling for somebody to be fired. This is what each party does to the other. But I don't think anybody will be fired. President Trump has already said, nothing classified, lessons learned, we're going to move on. Now, listen to this. Former Navy Intel Jack Posobiec, who's been on my show many times, believes we are witnessing a Democrat-led operation against Donald Trump to one by one pick off people like Kash Patel, Tulsi Gabbard, John Ratcliffe, and yes, Pete Hegseth. Pete Hegseth, especially, they did not want in because he would interrupt the flow of money to the military-industrial complex. So I want to go over that and show you a video, but first, a word from our amazing sponsor. As we age, the signs start showing. More aches and pains, thinner hair, wrinkles, brittle nails. It's frustrating, but you don't have to accept it. Let me tell you about Revive by Bright Core Nutrition, a powerful supplement designed to restore what time has taken away. Revive helps strengthen your joints and bones so you can move easier and feel better. But it doesn't stop there. It also works from the inside out to rejuvenate your skin, thicken your hair, and strengthen brittle nails. It contains 5 types of collagen, hyaluronic acid, biotin, and vitamin C, a powerful combination to help you look and feel younger than you have in years. It's easy to make up. You can put it in your coffee, or I like the strawberry lemonade. And yes, I drink this every day because I want to feel better and be healthy. Best of all, it's all natural, non-GMO, and 100% made in the USA. If you want to reduce aches, restore your glow, and feel confident, give Revive a try. It is great. Again, I drink this every single day. I love it. Now, if you use the code down below, Gardner, on mybrightcore.com/revive, or use the QR code in the upper right-hand corner, you're going to get 25% off. But guys, come on. They're going to give you up to 50% off plus free shipping if you call 888-908-4425. Again, 908-4425. Save yourself the extra money. Get this drink. It's delicious. Okay, as I was saying, former Navy Intel Jack Posobiec believes that what we are witnessing is an intentional takedown of the Trump administration one by one. I'm going to bring this up, and then we will go ahead and watch this together. Check this out.
If you don't understand you're looking at a coordinated operation, then you must have been asleep for the last 8 years. Understand, this is being done to derail MAGA. This is being done to derail the agenda. This is being done to try to isolate various cabinet members, to pick them off and attack them one by one, or to get them to fight amongst each other. That's why it's going on right now. That's how these things always happen. You're looking at an operation. If you don't think you're looking at an operation, you better wake up, because you're in one.
Okay, so he believes that we are witnessing a Democrat-led operation. This whole thing is to derail the MAGA agenda. They are looking to make mountains out of molehills so that they can impeach Trump. And if not, at least start picking off his top people one by one. Let me know what you think. I think there might be something to this, because honestly, Democrats, they can't find any cracks. Like, they're only going to be able to go after Trump with these low-level federal judges for a little while longer, but they're getting ready to cut off funding. They're getting ready to possibly force recruit these judges into the military. They are not going to allow President Trump's agenda to be derailed and overthrown. But Jack Posobiec believes that what we are witnessing is them saying, we've got nothing else. Anytime something pops up, we've got to make it into a massive mountain of a problem. And that's exactly what he says. Okay, now going back to the situation, the journalist who was accidentally added to the classified group, Jeffrey Goldberg, he's the top editor at The Atlantic. He considers himself like a military genius, a national defense genius, right? Here's what he had to say. He said, I get the defensive reaction, but my obligation, I feel, is to the idea that we take national security information seriously. Maybe in the coming days, I'll be able to say, okay, I have a plan to have this material vetted publicly, but I'm not going to say that now. Now, according to The Hill, Goldberg reported he saw in a message sent to the group by Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth specific weapon systems, human targets, and other top secret information before he left the chat. He did not publish the specific information as part of his report, citing national security concerns. So this guy is saying, listen, I was not in stealth mode hiding in order to have a gotcha against Trump or his cabinet members. I just care about the United States of America. If you did, you would have said, hey, I've been added to the wrong group chat. Please remove me. That's what the appropriate thing would have been. But as Charlie Spearing said in our interview earlier today from the Daily Mail, a journalist, especially an anti-Trump journalist, of course, they're going to jump on any opportunity to embarrass Trump and his administration. Now, White House Press Secretary Carolyn Leavitt did not agree with Goldberg's characterization. She stated there are no war plans. Nothing was discussed. No classified material was sent in the thread. Now, I'm not really sure what to make of all of it. My guess is if I had seen this, being a Trump person, I would have dismissed myself. My guess is if I was anti-Trump, I might have done what Goldberg did, which was lie in wait in order to give my party the fodder and material to possibly impeach President Trump. Now, according to Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, there was no national security or top secret details shared or leaked. The head of the CIA, John Ratcliffe, said, this is not Watergate 2.0. In fact, Signal was pre-approved on my computer, he said, as he became the head of the CIA. Now, let me know in the comments, what do you think? Should Pete Hegseth resign? Should Hegseth be fired by President Trump? Do you believe the Senate will push for impeachment? Or is this just a molehill made into a mountain and it will be tomorrow's news by late tonight? Let me know your thoughts. Now, in a surprising turn of events, President Trump has just pardoned Devin Archer, the former business associate of Hunter Biden. At first, I would like, what is Trump doing? But I think there's a plan. Let me try to explain this to you. Archer previously provided explosive testimony to House investigators against Hunter Biden in 2023, revealing that the president's son was involved in a father-son business relationship where they were milking foreign people for money in order to enrich the Biden crime family. White House lawyer Will Scharf, who's also been on the show many times, said he was prosecuted relating to a fraud investigation, but notably the tone and tenor of that prosecution changed dramatically after he began to cooperate with congressional investigators and serve as a witness against Hunter Biden and the Biden family. We believe this was an injustice. So this guy comes forward and he becomes a witness. He's going to betray his friend and tell the truth about the Biden crime family. So what happens? Biden's Department of Justice flips the script and now goes after Devin Archer. President Trump said, "Many people have asked me to do this. They think he was treated unfairly. And I looked at the record, studied the record, and he was. He was a victim of a crime as far as I'm concerned, so we're going to undo that." So that's exactly what happened. Now listen to this. A user over on X stated, he can now fully spill the beans in front of Congress, the Department of Justice, and the FBI without fear of repercussions. Upon hearing this news, rest assured, the Biden crime family just simultaneously pooped themselves. So it looks like Trump and Will Scharf and the Biden legal team, White House legal team, are setting the stage to go after Hunter Biden and the Biden crime family. I believe nobody's going to go to jail unless they lie and commit a new crime, but I believe fully that after everything Joseph Robinette Biden and his DOJ did to Trump and the Trump family, if nothing else, they want to spill the beans, spill the tea, as the young kids say, pull back the curtain and show that the Bidens are a corrupt criminal family. That's what I believe is going to happen here. And so now they've given a pardon to Hunter. I believe they're going to call Hunter in. Now Trump has given a pardon to Hunter's business partner. I believe they're both going to be called in. One of them will tell the truth. The other one will have to tell the truth in order to avoid going to jail. On an international stage, the significant development between Ukraine and Russia has happened. They have reached a ceasefire agreement, at least in the Black Sea region, down by Crimea and Odessa. In a statement made by the White House, it stated, the United States and Russia have agreed to ensure safe navigation, eliminate the use of force, and prevent the use of commercial vessel for military purpose on the Black Sea. Ukraine President Volodymyr Zelensky told reporters, if the Russians violate this, then I have a direct question for President Trump. If they violate, here's the evidence. We ask for sanctions. We ask for weapons. So this ceasefire hasn't even started. Zelensky is already looking for reasons for the Americans and the U.S. military to get involved. Now, the ceasefire agreement between Russia and Ukraine on the Black Sea is important. It helps keep the region stable, prevents further conflict with neighboring countries. It also protects civilian ships and ensures that there is peace and tranquility in the Black Sea. Now, this move also shows both sides are making progress in regards to reaching a lasting peace deal. Hopefully, something will come of this. Both sides will honor it. Now, Zelensky, he kind of cracks me up, right? Because he said he wants a ceasefire, and then the next day they do their biggest, deepest attack into Russia. So I honestly believe that this guy does not want this war to end, but he's being pressured by the United States to end it. All right, today was Medal of Honor Day. President Trump handed out close to 20 of those medals, and only about 20 people a year since President Abraham Lincoln received those. So it's a big deal. These are, according to Trump and those around him, these are some of his favorite things to do as President of the United States, despite the false claims that President Trump doesn't like the military and deeply disrespects them. Nothing could be further from the truth. He loves these military people. It's one of the reasons he's against going to war, is he wants to keep people safe. And I think that's also why so many people have been signing up for the military under Trump. They want to serve their country, but they don't want to be sent to a stupid war. Like, let's protect America. Let's not protect the whole world, right? All right, that's my update for today. If you could, please give this video a like, hit that subscribe button. There's also that link to win the MAGA hat. We're going to be picking the winners here soon. And 3 of you are going to win $500 in cash. Remember, I won't text you, call you, message you. Winners will be announced via the email they use to sign up on my website linked down below. All right, I love you guys. Stay amazing, and I'll see you.